Guys, welcome to week 40 of my journey to scratch. As you can see from the title of this video, this video is a bit different and unexpected than I meant to post. So on Tuesday, my car got stolen, and with it, some of my personal properties were stolen, and it didn't allow me to record and film a video. But I did have footage from about 2 weeks ago where I played 9 holes at my home course at Texas Star. It's actually the back 9, which I don't think I've ever featured on my channel. And it was right after I got my golf clubs, but before my golf lesson with Zach, just to kind of give you some perspective. At the time, this is sort of the golf that I was playing, which is just kind of crazy. I'll let you guys sort of watch it for yourself and figure out what goes on. But yeah, kind of while that's playing in the background, I thought it would be kind of interesting to tell you the story of how my car got stolen, because it was pretty wild, honestly. So on Tuesday, I finished up work and went downstairs just to go. I was actually gonna go film the video for this week and part of next week's video as well. So I went down to the parking garage where I park my car every single day in the same few spots, and I look up and my car is nowhere to be found. My first instinct was that maybe the tow company accidentally towed it. So I went to the leasing office and asked them if the car had been towed. They checked their records and pretty much came to the conclusion that no car had been towed that day. I'm sure they didn't quite want to believe that my car was stolen, so they, kind of walked the parking garage with me. I kind of confirmed that my car was no longer there. So then we went back to the leasing office. They were gonna kind of call the towing company and just confirm. And in the meantime, I called my fiance that also lives in the same apartment complex as me, just to kind of fill her in and let her know what was going on. And she said, when I called her, she was like, hey, I just saw your car there. Like, I got home at 3:45 and your car was, I'm 99% sure your car was there when I drove in. It's like, are you sure? She was like, yeah, absolutely. Like, I'll go down there right now. So she comes down to the leasing office. She was, she was pretty adamant that she had seen my car, 30 minutes prior. So at least that gave us a bit of a time frame of when to watch the security cameras. So when we went to the manager. She pulled up all the security cameras and we started watching. Nothing happened for about 15 minutes, and then out of nowhere an SUV sort of flies into the parking garage. They kind of make a bit of a lap and then park right next to my car, drop somebody off, and they just kind of hang there for a couple minutes. Next thing you know, they kind of come out of the parking spot that they were parked at and just kind of block the entrance and exit to the parking garage. And I will say the parking garage gate has been broken for about a month. Obviously, like, if you guys have lived in apartment complexes, this happens all the time. Anyway, he's just sort of blocking the entrance and exit to this parking garage. And 30 seconds later, sure enough, my car comes out and both of them just kind of speed away from the parking garage. So yeah, kind of crazy, pretty wild. You hear of people getting their car stolen and you don't think it's gonna be you, but yeah, here we are and it's me. But a lot of positives, obviously some negatives, but just kind of starting with, it's not my personal car, it's a company vehicle, so that just, it makes things significantly better for me. Obviously, I don't have to deal too much with the insurance claim and all of that. There's a company that kind of takes care of all that stuff for me, which is really, really nice. Really grateful for that. And then, also I'm totally fine. And what you're probably wondering the most is, where are my golf clubs in the trunk of my car? And this is where, like, I really truly believe that everything happens for a reason. 3 weeks ago, I mentioned that my fiance lives in the same apartment complex as me. So 3 weeks ago, she got her car broken into. Ever since that happened, I stopped leaving my golf clubs in my car. Fixing her broken window was like $500, but if I would have had to replace my golf clubs, it would have been, 10 times that. So really, really fortunate there. And at the end of the day, not a whole lot was stolen. I had my tripod, so I couldn't record this week. They stole my golf shoes. I had 2 pairs of golf shoes, and they stole both of those. Reordered those as well. Actually, let me show them to you guys, because I think somebody in my last video asked me which FootJoys I wear, and I wear the FootJoys Premier. It's the Premier series. These are by far the best golf shoes I've ever worn in my life. They're so comfortable, like, I can't explain it enough. Like, FootJoy really does make the most comfortable shoes out there. They're a little bit pricier, but I will say I had my old ones for a year. They looked like, obviously they didn't look new, but like, they were in such good shape. Like, I know I would have played with them for another year. And you guys know how much golf I play. Like, yeah, I'll link them down below if you guys are interested in getting yourself a pair. But yeah, great shoes. So I rebought them. Some crazy thoughts that I kind of had. Obviously, it was a bit of, it kind of messes with you a little bit. I felt a little bit unsafe for a couple days, but you know, kind of some thoughts that I had that were a little wild. They did this like 15 minutes before I went downstairs to get in my car. What if I would have left a little bit early that day? And, you know, I came face to face with the guys trying to steal my car. I don't know what could have happened, right? And so we got to be pretty grateful that I'm good. Nothing really happened. They stole my car, but almost, you know, it cost $400 to replace the things that were inside of the vehicle. I did lose, I'm kind of sad about this, I did lose a bunch of hats that I bought from different golf courses that I've played, like not just in Dallas, but actually none were in Dallas. They were mostly from like golf trips and stuff, and so that kind of stinks a little bit. All my favorite golf hats stay in the car because I play so much golf. I just kind of like having a variety in my trunk. So that was kind of a bummer there. But, you know, like I said, I mean, most of the stuff is pretty easily replaceable. We already replaced the two most important things, and we just kind of move forward with life, man. It's, you know, it's a lot easier to steal a car than I thought. I'm pretty sure they just sort of reprogrammed the car to accept the key fob that they had in their pocket. And from what I understand, Chevy Malibus are like very easy to steal. A bit of an up and down roller coaster of a week, if you want to call it that. I think I got to the 5,000 subscriber mark on Monday, and then Tuesday this happened. So kind of wild, but you know, it's life, and that's why people always say that golf is sort of like a metaphor for life, and this is kind of like proof of that, right? Sometimes you get some good breaks and sometimes you get some bad breaks. This is just a bad break, and we just kind of got to move forward and go on with life. But yeah, I think that's pretty much for that story. I did want to talk about the video that you guys have been watching in the background, how kind of crazy it is, but this was really how I felt most of my rounds of golf were going, and I was pretty glad that I actually captured one on camera. Essentially what I kept seeing was I was missing a lot of greens. I always had one kind of big blow up hole that would come out of nowhere, and it kind of came from lack of focus and just like, I don't know, not trying to save the best score possible, if you will. And then lastly, just getting up and down from absolutely everywhere, which is obviously really, really good. But it makes golf kind of stressful, honestly. You'd rather just be kind of hitting a lot of greens and two putting and getting out of there with stress-free pars. But yeah, I felt like most of my rounds of golf, I had to like really work for my pars. And this was a good example of that. So obviously, I mean, I had some really, really good up and downs. A lot of them were really simple and really basic, but you know, just off the top of my head, the bunker save on 14 was pretty huge. On 17, it was a kind of a tricky chip shot with an elevated green, and I put it to like a foot. That was pretty impressive. But yeah, kind of getting up and down from everywhere. My approach game really didn't feel that good, but like I said, it was my first round with those clubs, and it was before my lesson with Zach. So now I've been playing, I haven't gotten to play a whole lot. Yesterday I actually went out and played. I didn't have my golf shoes yet, and I forgot to take shorts out there, and it's like 105 degrees outside. So I played with pants and just sneakers, and had so much fun and played so good. Like, I didn't keep track of score. It was just kind of one of those rounds where I just wanted to spend it by myself, and I didn't have anybody in front of me, nobody behind me, and I didn't want to keep score. I didn't want to record. All I wanted to do was just enjoy the game, enjoy being outside, enjoy hitting the ball, and it was really fun. I would just play like 2-3 balls, played worst ball. I would just kind of like throw the balls in kind of crazy spots. I threw the balls in bunkers and try to get out. And just to kind of give you a teaser for next week's video, it's going to be all about the short game. So if you saw from the video that was kind of playing in the background, the round of golf, my short game has gotten significantly better in the last, like, I would say 9 months to 12 months. What I kind of scripted and was ready to film is a video on how I improved my short game and kind of a step-by-step guide on how to get better from somebody that's kind of gone through it, right? So I think these videos are of value, and like, obviously I'm not a professional, I'm not an instructor, but it worked for me, and I want to share it with you guys in hopes that it helps you out and it makes your game better as well. So be on the lookout for that on Friday next week. And as you can see, I get up and down a lot, and a lot of it is a lot simpler than you would expect. So guys, I think that's going to do it for this video. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. Welcome to the family. Introduce yourself down below. I literally respond to every single one of my comments. And if you enjoyed the video and you want to just show some love, I've had a tough week. I would absolutely appreciate it if you could press that like button just so that it could help me out with the YouTube algorithm and we can continue growing this channel. And then last but not least, man, I hope you guys are playing some good golf. I hope you're shooting low scores. Keep your golf clubs out of your car, and I'll catch you guys next week. Take care. I love you guys, and see you then. Bye-bye.